Cooper
Well,
Flag.
I mean, the reason I wanted you to do it beforehand was because now, like, all the description is going to be messed up too.
Oh no, I just missed the
He'll
whole
have,
thing.
he'll have Yaxel Lendeberg's description.
Well, we're so zoomed in, the descriptions don't matter as much.
True enough.
Cropping it.
True enough.
So,
All
right here.
So the top
combo,
two, I think we can both agree on.
Yeah, combo forwards right
some
here.
People may have like Essengay or Murray Boyles ahead of Ace Bailey. Those guys are almost certainly going to go. Well, Cooper Flag is obviously going to go higher, but
yeah. Cooper Flag is the best combo forward in this draft. That is self-explanatory. The all-around ace. And then the other ace, the Ace Bailey of this draft class, is the guy people heralded as 6'10", and I'm just saying this because somebody is going to come.
Oh yeah, you can change that, by the way, if you want.
Yeah, I know.
You can totally change it
because he's 6'7".
Well, he's 6 foot.
He's what? 6 foot. You were going to give 6 foot 8.
6'7.5" in shoes. Yeah.
Okay, so he's 6'8", and look, he's got solid side. Yeah. I think he still needs to fill out, but obviously he's the top two. Let's move over to Colin Murray Boyles.
Yeah,
I think he's more of a pure 4 who can play small ball 5. If the shot really comes through at a high clip,
if you think he can play small ball 5, like, do you think he's Draymond Green?
No, I don't think he's Draymond Green. But like, what I'm saying is, like, do you think he's more likely to play small ball 5 or big 3?
Can play small ball 5?
No.
Yeah.
So you think Collins is going to play 3?
How's the archetype that similar, by the way?
Of who?
Kobe Brown. You're saying, oh, well, like, what makes the archetypes?
Oh, I thought you said Kobe Bryant for a second. No, Kobe Brown could play.
Yeah.
Kobe Brown could be a small ball 5.
Yes, I said Kobe Bryant when you've been arguing about Colin Murray Boyles and Kobe Brown.
I haven't been arguing. I just said they were similar archetypes from a physique standpoint. But my whole thing is
an archetype of physique.
I was just saying that Kobe Brown and Colin Murray Boyles are 4, like 5 tweeners that also have bodies more of a 3. Now, I rather play Colin Murray Boyles CMB and Kobe Brown both as small ball 5s and natural 4s. But in theory, could they moonlight? They can guard 3s.
Yeah, CMB.
And
like he at least has some versatility. He's switchable. Yeah.
Would you ever play him at the 3 on offense?
I mean, no. Like he's gonna be a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that he can guard both of them. He's one of the better passers. He's a connected piece. I honestly think he's the glue guy that you want. Teams are looking for contending teams are looking guys for him. And
but if you thinking he's a 4-5, like because he probably. Just due to the strength aspect, like he's probably going to be guarding bigger players, right?
Yeah,
but why isn't he necessarily like a combo big?
Because I think there's a chance lack of size, and there's a chance he's only 230. Kobe Brown's bigger than him. David West.
Kobe Brown also was older than him. Like that.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I'm just saying is like.
He was like Colin was better at a younger age.
I know he's athletically.
He was more athletic than Kobe Brown too.
Yes, and I think athletically and all that, he guards the perimeter better than he does the interior.
Yeah,
no, and at an NBA level, I think he's going to be more on the outside than he is on the inside, as he was in college. Because if he gets any heavier, I think that's going to hurt him on the outside in terms of foot speed and everything. So to me, that makes him more of a pure 4 that, like, again, in seldom situations have play 5. I mean, if the 3-point shot really comes through and he goes to a team where he's able to play a weirdly big lineup, let's just say in like some weird, like the Rockets, if they ever ran a lineup where it's Şengün, Steven Adams, and Colin Murray Boyles, if they were just trying to do something crazy, because Ime Udoka would try that, that could maybe work if the shot's there. But yeah, like that's why I think he's just more of a pure 4. That's why I don't have him as a combo.
No, I mean I do too. Yeah, but this is combo forwards
or combo forwards, not combo big.
Yeah.
So
Noah Essengay, like, yeah. Do you have like any debate between those two guys, CMB and Noah?
I think Noah is, again, even though he had a great finish to the year, shot the ball well, I think there's a lot more idea and potential on the guy than product. We call him Murray Boyles, even though both guys are coming from crap teams.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like teams that didn't win much. Okay, yeah. Murray Boyles put better in advanced stats and made more winning plays than Essengay. And if I was
in the best conference in the NCAA, also
the second best, Big 12 is the best, but
I mean, I know your Kansas love and everything there, but like this year it was clearly the SEC, dude.
Yeah.
Big 12 has been the best many a year, but yeah, this year the SEC, like, yeah, the level of NCAA tournament teams, and
yeah. So
the fact that, by the way, the champion came from there.
So what we're gonna say is CMB. I would rather, if I was drafting, I'd rather have CMB. Plus, I know CMB. Both guys being tweeners, I kind of know what CMB position wise is. Noah Essengay is a headache. They look, a good headache forever figures it out. It's just one that if I was drafting and deciding between the two, I'd rather say CMB is an easier puzzle to figure out than Noah Essengay is.
Okay.
Now, Noah Essengay would be.
Why do you think Rasheer is a 3-4?
Because I don't think he's strong enough to be an actual small ball 5, and I think he moves well enough to be a massive pterodactyl 3 occasionally. And he's a bomber from 3-point range. He's a guy who I can be someone who can actually kind of like a Chris Boucher type defensive player in a way, who can guard the perimeter but also come in and be a weak side rim protector, just swatting shots away, but is more nimble on the offensive side to be a guy who will space the floor, can set backdoor screens for shooters, and then cut to the dunker spot and be a slasher in that sense and be a transition guy. And I think he has a bit more of a handle than people think. Plus, he plays one-on-one with Walter Clayton Jr. on the regular.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember how talented of a shot blocker Chris Boucher was?
Yes.
Just throwing that out there.
Yes. But what I'm saying
he also weighed 180 pounds and is kind of a very rare combination of athleticism and
very similar frames though.
No.
7'5" wingspan on Rasheer Fleming.
Yeah. No, Rasheer's much stronger than Chris was, but Chris was Chris didn't do athleticism testing at the combine because of his torn ACL, and he didn't get drafted because of his torn ACL. But yeah, athleticism and movement.
For everybody who doesn't know, Mikey graduated and is still a very big Oregon Ducks fan. So
this is also signed by Chris Boucher right here. So yeah, I'll throw that out there too. But yeah. But yeah, I don't see him as similar to Chris. But yeah,
I wasn't saying they were similar. I just said the role. I was
been the role. Chris has always been a 4-5.
I was not comparing him to Chris Boucher. I was comparing the way Chris Boucher was able to cover ground and swat shots. That's what I meant by that. And it's due to the fact that, similar to Rasheer Fleming, Chris Boucher also has a 7'5" wingspan.
7'4", but yeah, it's close enough.
Who's counting?
Close
enough.
Yeah, for a guy who's 180 pounds, that's pretty cool.
And I think Rasheer's obviously stronger.
Rasheer's Rasheer's a +9, right? He was absurd.
I think also Rasheer has way better ball skill, and that'll allow him to be able to play the 3. And if he can play the 3 and 4, I think that makes him deadlier of a player as a combo forward than a 4-5. I think it raises his ceiling.
I don't know about that. I like if he can actually play the 3, then yeah. But
if he can actually play the 3, then I think he can take advantage of players and be a guy who bruises on players, and then is able to be even better of a defensive player because he'll just be overwhelming players.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've seen that aspect yet. But
now, as a combo forward, I do think Carter Bryant is higher than him in retro. Like since the combine, I think Carter Bryant, first off, has
you trust him guarding 3-4s more
and
than
2s maybe too.
Sure. Yeah,
I think Carter Bryant's an athletic freak. You know, his body type really reminds me of Miles Bridges.
I'm not sure about that one.
You don't.
I'm not sure about that one.
6'8", 6'7".
But Miles was like 230, right? Like Miles
out the gate. I thought he's 230 now.
No, he was pretty big.
I didn't realize he's 230 out the gate. Well, that's what I was gonna get at.
He was super strong.
Okay, word. So, the belief with Carter Bryant though is if he seems like he can fill out to that 230. And if Carter Bryant can get to that 230, I like that frame on a Carter Bryant 6'7", 230 or 225, a guy who has the strength to guard multiple positions, to be, you know, at the very least, a defensive player similar to Peyton Watson, where he's going to be able to be athletic enough to make some blocks in the inside because he'll cover the ground, but strong enough to guard 3s and 4s and quick enough to guard 2s. So that'll keep him on the floor. He's a guy who does the right things, plays well in transition, knows how to read the floor and run it on offense, but also knows how to stop the ball on defense. And I think that's the biggest thing is he's a guy that, as the year went on, he got more playing time. What do you think of him?
I think he certainly, like, from a physical standpoint, has a lot of good things going on. And yeah, like his advanced numbers, especially defensively, look good. The one thing with him, just from I think even as a shooter, like there's definite upside there too. I just kind of wonder about if he really plays into like a more of an offensive role. Like I through the years of watching him, I just have kind of always wondered if he can take on more of that, like get the aggression and confidence to take on more of an offensive role.
Are you scared that he's going to Patrick Williams it?
I think there are some similarities there. Yeah, that's not like a terrible comp.
Did you like that?
And by the way, Patrick was huge too.
He's had the same exact stats since college.
Yeah. What?
Like to a T.
Yeah.
And they're not bad.
I mean, like Carter, he should have played more minutes this year, but yeah, he like still a lot to be desired offensively. Yeah, Patrick.
I just blow your mind.
Right around 215. Yeah.
So another guy I think is one of the biggest sleepers. Great.
He's an upside guy.
Carter Bryant's definitely an upside guy, and that was always Patrick Williams.
Oh, you have Noah Penda. You moved Noah over Rasheer?
Yeah, the more I looked at it, it's because one thing, I've always been a high Noah guy, playing for Le Mans out of France. He's a guy who's been on a good team, by the way. He is a great catch and shoot player. He has a very similar frame to a young Tobias Harris in terms of being a thick-bodied forward. I do think he's more of a pure 4-3, 3-4 type guy. I wouldn't really ever play him at the 5, but he's a young guy who's been called upon to play actual minutes on a basketball team that's winning games. He's starting out the year as a 40% catch and shoot 3-point shooter. And to me, he's someone who, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, he's all defense, but he tries on defense. He has, a willingness to step up on his man, keeps his hip forward, and does a good job of competing on both ends. And I think the thing about him is he plays the way that a good role player does. He knows when to be a complimentary scorer. He knows when he's hot. He knows when to delegate. And if you're a guy in the late 20s, early second round, that's kind of what you need if you have need some size and 3-point shooting at the forward spot.
Mm-hmm.
Athletically, I don't know how athletic he is. It's hard to tell with these guys in Europe. Like, so that's
pretty decent. He moves pretty well, and then he's really strong, dude.
He does look strong, and that's why I said the whole Tobias Harris. I think one of the underrated parts about Tobias Harris, no one gives a credit about, is like Tobias Harris for his size is like pound for pound one of the strongest guys. Like for a dude of his size,
I think like offensively he was a lot more talented than Noah, but
than SNK or
Penda. Yeah, sorry, Noah Penda.
It's then
Noah Penda. Yeah,
who is?
Tobias Harris was more.
Oh, yes. But wasn't Tobias a fringe lottery?
He might have even gone lower. Yeah, there were injury concerns.
Yeah, I just want to make sure he was drafted. I'm pretty sure like 16. He was drafted 19. Yeah. But and the thing is, I'm saying Penda mid to late 20s, early second. If you get him in early second,
where do you have Rasheer then?
Rasheer is going early. This is just as combo forwards. I think Rasheer's
for this archetype.
Yeah, for this archetype. I think Rasheer is definitely like a late lottery.
So, are we moving to do Tiro up over Alex Tui and Michael Ruzic?
Yes, I think Adu Thiero is a guy. Dude, I saw this guy in person, like dunk from almost the free throw line 3 times against Miami. And dude, I think he went to the free throw line like 10 times that game, missed 8 free throws. I asked that in the press to John Calipari about it. And I was like, what's it like to have a guy like Thiero who can just like jump through it? And he's like, well, it'd be nice if he makes some damn free throws. He just like went on a whole rant. Like he has everything you want. The athleticism can make it. He's like, if he can make a shot, it's just like, and that's the whole thing. Dude, this guy's got good footwork. He'll literally drive from like the baseline, do a nice little crossover, get over a guy, pivot, literally off 2 feet from the dunker spot, lift up and just dunk over a center or something with ease. And then there's the boneheaded plays where you're just like, you're just going to be stuck to being a more athletic Josh Okogie.
Still a first round pick, probably, if you have him in that basket.
Oh, 100%. I think if you're a late first team, he's definitely in your consideration.
Mm-hmm. Now, Tui and Ruzic, what are your thoughts there?
I really like Tui. He's a guy that I probably think is going to go down the George Niang mold. Do you like that? Kind of just like he's.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, that probably.
He's going to be a specialist in the NBA.
Yeah.
And then Michael Rusic, he's a smaller Dario Saric. A smallish Dario Saric.
The way you said that was hilarious.
Because you have to say it like you're Sean Carr. You're saying, how shucks for me.
A small Dario Saric. Ruzic just seems like he's a ways away. And yeah, like that's
he's a draft and stash piece. I would not be surprised if he withdraws. Dude, if you watch the interview, he literally goes to me, he's like, I played like shit. In like his combine interview. I was like, but he goes to whispering, he's like, I played like shit. It's like, he's like, we recording this? I was like, yeah. It's like,
can you not interview me? Because I look ridiculous right now.
That's basically it.